tonight's Unity tutorial, there is not going to be a Unity tutorial, but a Blender tutorial. And in this Blender tutorial, I am going to go over how to texture paint the face of a polygon in Blender. So here I have, Blender opened up, it's the default scene, and I have this cube in the middle here, right? So I could zoom in with the mouse wheel, I could rotate around when I click on the mouse wheel, and I could pan by pressing the shift button and clicking on the mouse wheel. All right, so those are some basics. Now, if I want to do the texturing, all I do is go up here where it says texture paint, and then this turns purple because, it's going to get ready for some texturing on it. And right here, it shows the UV map, which is like the flat texture image that would be drawn onto this cube. So by default here, first I'm going to try to draw on it, and it's not going to let me draw on it. It's going to have an error here saying missing textures. So I have to just add a texture here. So I'm going to add the base color texture. I could set the pixel depth of the text color. Those should be in powers of 2. But I'm going to leave it like that, and I can set the color, and I can say OK. And now what that makes is it creates like a texture image file that could be saved. So let's click here, save all images, but it doesn't have a path yet. I'll get to the path part and saving the texture file after, but right now what I have is a texture added. Okay, so now in texture paint mode up here, I could pick a color here from this color wheel, like blue, and then I could just draw on here, and it should reflect over here, and sometimes it doesn't, so I'm just going to flick and flock, and now you can see that it kind of drew over here. I could use the mouse wheel to zoom, and this is kind of cool. I could draw stuff, and there's the strength and the radius of the brush. So if I set it to 100% or I fade it, and then the radius, I could control the size over here to make the brush bigger or smaller. And this is cool because I could actually draw right on the mesh, and then it kind of creates the texture map right here. But say I want to kind of just draw the face. So here there's a thing where I could texture paint by selecting a face, right? So now all I have to do is go back to edit mode, face select, and I could select a face, maybe 2 of them over here. And then I could go back to texture paint mode and pick red. And now, even though wherever I draw, only those 2 faces that I selected get filled in with a color. See that, Grace?
I am invisible.
Now I could go back to edit mode. I could pick another face, make sure I have it on face select, and I could pick this face over here, and then go back to texture paint and pick a different color like pink or purple, whatever this is, and I could fill this into right here, and I'll just draw in the face. So that's how I could paint some textures, paint some colors on my mesh. How do you like that? You like that? There you go.